That's good.
That's good?
That's good. That's a good kielbasa. Oh yeah. Nice. This right here, this is a little present from my mom. And I'm making some kielbasa for Bachi, all right? This is for both of them. So we got some hot casings.
Where'd you get these guys from?
The wonderful world of Amazon. Jeff Bezos actually, he makes these himself.
Personally delivers them.
Yeah, these are the guts of his employees. So. So yeah, you have to soak these for around 30 minutes in lukewarm water here. Let them sit a little bit there, and then we'll come back to them. What we're going to be making today is kielbasa, and this right here is the traditional spices that you'd see in there. Poland actually made an official recipe for kielbasa. I didn't know the government was going to get involved in it, but you know, it's serious. It's some garlic, some fresh garlic is what you're definitely going to see.
Yep.
This is mustard powder. We have some onion powder. We have marjoram, fresh black pepper. This is garlic powder. This is actually pink curing salt, which you need if you're going to be smoking any type of sausage. This is just regular sea salt. And I know there's some controversy here. This is paprika. Usually it doesn't come inside of a traditional kielbasa, but you know what? I'm getting wild. And we also have some chili flakes. So one thing when you are going to make sausage, you have to. I know you like this Tetris setup here. You have to freeze your meat. So it's good to cube your meat. In this case, I'm using all pork. You usually want to have 30% fat and 70% meat. That's what makes a good sausage. Yeah, if you make it any less than that or whatever, it's either going to be too dry, or in the other case, if you do too much fat, it's going to be too greasy. So this is like a good proportion. Temperature is everything. You need to have everything really cold. As you can see here too, these are the grinder parts. You have to put these in the freezer too. It definitely makes a huge difference. Oh, yeah.
I like the mention on the bench. He is pretty funny.
Yeah, we have a, you know, we have...
Hopi Haven representative.
Go Birds. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my station. So I'm going to be feeding the meat through into here. You always want to chill your bowl. So I'm going to put some ice in that one, and it's just going to be grinding into there. All right, the meat's coming out. I have it right here. I sanitize these beforehand, but you're gonna set it up. Eventually, you're gonna set it up like that. Put this through, and then here's the blade here. You want to make sure that that's sharp. This is the biggest die. I'm going to put it through this first and then a medium die to get it to the consistency I want. So if you grind it through, you know, the bigger die that you grind it through, it's going to be a looser sausage. And then if you keep on grinding it, it's going to firm up and kind of become more like a hot dog. Or you are essentially processing your own meat. So highly suggest getting a meat grinder for anybody. Oh yeah, that's the pup. That's Stevie. That's Stevie right there, Stevie Nicks. She always knows when it's sausage time. I am going to be feeding these through one by one, and hopefully, yeah, just get a good grind on it. You'll see it transition here. Oh. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some ice through. This helps because it will push through the rest bit of meat here out of it. Good, just to get the The bits that you can, that might get stuck there. There you go. And then, so this is the first grind. I'm going to grind it through again on the medium die. So this is the second die. It's a lot more fine. This helps it, emulsify better, and you'll get a better snap, and all the flavors will just come together.
We're in action.
We just ground it through the medium die. It's a little bit finer.
Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah, so this is, like I said, it's very important to keep the parts cold and the meat cold as you're doing this process. If it starts to heat up, it will start to smear. The fat will render, and it will not be a good texture. What I'm going to do now is I push this to the side. I'm going to put all these spices here that I had put out earlier. I'm going to put these all in here, and also it's good to add a liquid, which I am going to use a nice beer here. This is a Pilsner that my roommate Nico actually brewed by Woods.
Where are you, Nico?
Nico, where are you at? He brewed this. This is homemade.
It's in a fine Pilsner.
So, yeah, I like to use like a lighter beer. I feel like some of the other ones a little bit more overpowering. Pilsner is like a good in between. Oh boy. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pour these in. I've measured them out. We'll probably get the measurements there for you, but this is I've weighed this out to be 4 pounds and I think 11 ounces of pork. Yeah, so we'll get the ratios right here. Pour that in, and we'll mix it around. Now, one thing that you do want to do is, I didn't add this yet, but a good binder, so when you do eventually cook it, it doesn't lose, it kind of holds it together, is non-fat milk powder. Usually for this amount, you're going to want to put in like a cup of it.
Where are you finding information about this stuff?
Well, several sources.
Don't lie to me now, Ryan.
Some YouTube channels. NASA, I think, put out a few things. They had a whole team working on sausage.
The
recipe.
NASA Kielbasa?
Yeah. It's very scientific stuff here, folks.
Yeah.
It's starting to mix well, but it still looks really nice. We all eat with our eyes, I like to see some of that, the white and pink kind of interchanging, but it looks nice when it's finally done. It's a final product. Camera guy, can you pass me that milk powder?
What we got? Dry milk powder. Organic, no fat, dry milk powder.
So put that down there.
All right, there for you.
So I'm going to measure out like maybe a cup or somewhere near that, around there.
A little pile there, yeah, okay.
Yeah, a nice decent pile. This is going to be then sprinkled in here as well, all over. Now this is a good part, so you're not wasting anything. I pour the beer in here, so you get any remnants of spices that you might have missed. So this over here, this is some fresh garlic. This kielbasa, the overarching thing is it's very garlicky. If you put any spices in there, those can all kind of vary, but garlic is the main one that makes it that way. Dump that in there. Bam. Get a little beer in here too, Yeah, make sure we don't waste stuff here during 2020. Everything needs to be utilized. Bang, pour that in there.
Look at that.
Bam.
Like a heap of garlic right there.
You know it's going to be good.
Bam, you do that. I really don't measure out the liquid that I put in, but it does need to be cold also. This is kind of the process that you do definitely by hand. It will start to come together, but you do have to work it. Pretty appetizing looking at the moment, huh? Oh, yep.
When she sees it.
Oh, she knows the sausage is coming together.
We
She's
have
a big...
one canola oil spray for testing.
Yep.
So I'm going to leave that right here.
So usually I end up...
She knows.
Oh, she knows.
She knows.
Oh, cheers, mate. Usually I end up using the full beer, but again, I like to add it in stages, and it's kind of every recipe is different. So you definitely want to feel it with your hands and see if it feels the way it should. If it sticks here, that means you got a good protein extraction. If it doesn't fall down, that means you've worked it right and that's the right texture. I don't want it if it don't sound like that right there. Oh boy. What we are gonna do is we put all the spices in it, but we you know, you want to test it before you start to case it, so we are gonna fry up a little patty of it. This is just like medium high. You want to get it so you can get a decent sear, burn the pan down. My sous chef here, she will be helping me out test. So here we go. Ooh, look at that.
Master chef.
I mean, come on. Take a little bit off. Oh yeah. Okay, that's decent. The queen approaches.
Sweet D.
She only sausage will appease her.
Let me get a little piece of this.
Never say no, you know.
Steve, did you have some of that? It's real good. I think a little bit more salt.
Yeah, a little bit more salt for sure.
Okay. Just make the girl go wild right here. My sausage brings all the dogs to the yard. You gotta work it, you know, because it's worth it. Bam, look at that. That's a real test. That's a sausage king right there. The next step is letting it sit for a little bit, kind of come together, letting the flavors come together, and then we're gonna stuff it. That is the sausage stuffer, that contraption.
Little thing of this.
I know it looks like something that you might see at the Folsom Street Fair, but ooh. All right, so these are some of the parts here. We're gonna assemble to stuff. This goes on here, and this in theory should hold. It's like a 5-pound stuffer. I think we have around 4 pounds, so it should all fit in there. There you go. It's on. Okay.
All right.
Oh boy, smooth. A toothpick.
ahead,
You know, for yeah, when the product comes out, it's good to poke holes, air holes out. This is her favorite part, is when the sausage actually comes together. So you're gonna want to put these in, and you're gonna really want to push it in so you get all the air pockets out.
Scary sausage.
Oh, sorry. This is just a sausage maker, Steve. This makes you happy. Oh, this is some essential tools to have. I mean, this is good to have a basket to put your final product in. It's good to use a little cooking oil.
All right.
Bam. And just get that on and lube it up a little bit. Kitchen shears or scissors, you know, the layman's term, I guess you can say. Let's take out one of these casings. Ooh. Oh boy.
What do we got?
You got to find the opening, which is right here, and slide it on gently. Not too firm, not too fast now. Okay. And this is how you get it on. So you want to put the whole thing on, and then we'll get to the end and we'll tie it off. When we reach the end, you want to kind of like, you know, maybe 6 inches, 5 inches. Tie this off, and then bring it all the way down to the tip here of the shaft or of the stuffer here.
This is very loaded.
Yeah. It's also good at the end here to do a little prick, get some of the air out. It's your main objective is just don't have any air in this. It'll make a nice clean link, if you will. All right, here we go. We're gonna start the process. I did not anticipate that.
So this is like, I guess if you overfill it.
If you overfill it, this can happen. I do not calculate this.
Okay. Oh, look at this.
So as it comes out, you kind of want to get your hand around the edge of it, and you'll kind of know that you'll feel the tension. You kind of want to let it release, but also be holding it back at the same time. You'll know as it's going what the right amount is. You don't want to go too fast or too slow, just the right amount. Well, that's looking good. Now that's some quality kielbasa right here. Usually, I think when I'm making this amount, it usually takes 2 hog casings. They're around, like, I say 3 feet. You want to prepare for that. and soak 2 or 3 of them. So what you do, you can kind of let up, maybe go a little bit in reverse, and try and kind of get some out so it's not hanging out. If you were going to roll these into links, I like to leave this end open. You'll start to feel when you get kind of towards the area for it to go. Oh, that looked weird. Some area for it to go here. So when you're making links, usually it's good to, maybe whatever size you think you're going to like, you go right here, kind of pinch it off, and you start to twirl one way. And then the next one, you twirl the opposite direction. So we got one there. We got one right here. Bam. Those are 2 links right there. Looking very good. These are well endowed links right here.
It's a minefield, isn't it? It's just a minefield.
I mean, yeah, the lowest hanging fruit is often the best.
It's often the penis.
But you can make them whatever size you like. You can customize your kielbasa. It's good to have one. You're gonna inevitably have to put a probe in one of these if you're smoking it, and one of them doesn't have to be full size. You have to sacrifice a sausage at some point. That's just the way life is. Bam. Tie that off, and we're good. So it's good to get any air pockets that you see. Get a little whatever you have, but this is good. It's sanitary, and just get all these air pockets out
Real quick. So you got a little bit left in the pipe here?
Yeah, this stuff is always. This is. Oh my god! This right here. This is this is some of the rewards for the chef. There's quite a bit inside there. So I think the second set I did came out a little better because they came out tighter in the casing. Sometimes when you let it out, some of it gets a little soft, so you want it tight enough so you don't have as many air pockets that you have to poke at the end. This is what they look like. This is great. This is my version of knitting. Next step, we're gonna let these cure overnight in the smoker. So yeah, gonna open this up and just let them hang out here. Get to know each other out here. And it's best to let them cure and dry out as much as possible. Don't have them be touching each other. It definitely helps them kind of fully reach their dry potential there. So we have those in there. They're just gonna hang out.
Yep.
Yeah, by letting it dry, it's gonna have that snap at the end when they are fully done smoking. That's what we're gonna do here. So tomorrow we're gonna let it sit in the morning. I'll smoke it. Usually, traditionally, at least from what I've noticed, kielbasa is usually smoked with like a lighter wood, like cherry wood or apple wood. Tomorrow I'm gonna do some cherry wood, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's a wood that I think is probably a little bit more available there, and it doesn't overpower the sausage. You kind of want it like to speak for itself, but add a little, a layer to it. So
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
With the next thing. Yeah.
that's good.
It was good.
That's good. That's a good kielbasa. Oh yeah.
Nice. All right.
I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back there, but has like a nice umami taste. Oof. Stay tuned.